Let's decorate for fall with a pumpkin floral arrangement. First, pick a color for your background. Now, I'm using yellow. I don't know what it is about yellow this year. I've been using a lot of it, but that's going to make a great underpainting for a pumpkin. So I did bright yellow at the top and then went back into dark yellow for the bottom. And then make sure that's dry so we can paint the pumpkin. I'm taking about a size 6 round brush and some orange with a tiny bit of red. And to start the pumpkin, make a smiley face at the bottom of your painting. I have it slightly off center. Turn that smiley face into a pointed oval like this, and then start filling it in. Now the yellow makes a great underpainting because it's the color of our highlight. So I'm filling in my pumpkin shape along the bottom here. See how my brush strokes are going along with the curves? And I'm leaving the top half bare with the yellow. Then I'm going to actually dip into some of my darker yellow, tinted with a little bit of orange. And while the other orange is still wet, blend that down from the top, mixing in that yellow from the background. See how that added the highlight? That's a neat trick if you're painting pumpkins. Now to add different sections to the pumpkin, give it a mustache. We did this last year with our pumpkin stack. We're only doing the bottom pumpkin this year because that's where the flowers are gonna go. And to add the sections, take each of the curves from the mustache and make a big curve. Over here on the right, it's a backwards C shape, filling it up from the bottom, sticking with that curve. And then I left the yellow at the top of this curve as well, so I could blend in some dark yellow with a little orange. The orange on my pumpkin is still wet too when I do that, and that adds the highlight. Keep adding sections this way. I'm gonna do a letter C on the left-hand side here, leaving the yellow at the top. And then blend down that dark yellow and orange. Ooh, it's starting to look like a pumpkin. Keep adding your sections and even it out as you go. So your sections are going to get thinner and thinner as they get towards the outside edges of your painting. See, I'm gonna add tiny ones here on the right and left now. They got very thin. And notice those little curves for the mustache at the bottom. Each one has gotten slightly higher. In fact, to help even it out, you can even add tiny slivers of the pumpkin sections towards the back side. But notice they don't start all the way down at the bottom. That's because the curve of the pumpkin is hiding the very bottom. You're only able to see the top. Once you're happy with the shape of your pumpkin, you can do a second coat if you need to. And I'm also going to add some shading to the bottom of each of my pumpkin sections. I'm using dark red for this. Now, if you don't have a dark red, mix some dark brown in with your red and that should work. Notice I just kind of outlined the bottom half of my pumpkin section, brushed some dark red up into the middle, and then I took just orange and blended it into the midsection. That's how we're doing this. We're bringing the red up along the curve, along the rib to make that shaded as well. Doing that to each one, even the tiny ones along the side. You don't want to forget those. And then as a final step, I'm going to take some bright yellow and brush it down from the top. You can blend it in with some orange if you need to, but that's really going to make it pop in the end. And there's my pumpkin. Now it's finally time to start adding the leaves for our floral arrangement. I'm going to use an artist sponge for this, dipping into some dark green and light green. Just bounce it all around the top of the pumpkin. In fact, make sure you cover the top of the pumpkin and have some of the leaves hanging down in front of it. I would start lightly and then keep filling it in because you want it to be pretty dense for your flowers. Now you could add whatever kind of flowers you want to this. This is just a basic pumpkin floral. But of course I wanted to try a new technique with a plastic bag. I'm using a plastic grocery bag and some cotton balls. You're also going to need some rubber bands. Now let me show you this trick. Lay your plastic bag, it doesn't have to be a plastic bag, it could be any type of plastic, and take your cotton ball. You're going to stick your cotton ball underneath the bag and bunch it up like this, and then take your rubber band to make it nice and tight. This is going to form the center of your flower. Now when you pull it out, you're going to have all these pleats going around in a circle like that. That's super important. Now lay that flat on your table, and another thing I found very helpful was to take more cotton balls and put them all around that center cotton ball. This is going to make your petals look round. Once you have them lined up like that, then you're going to take the bag and wrap it around that center all together. Almost looks like an onion. But once you have it nice and tight, you're going to take another rubber band and wrap that around as well. And that's going to create a stamp for your flower. I made 3 of them, and I made sure to take the back end of my paintbrush and just stuff in that center cotton ball to make sure the center was nice and empty. So there's my 3 flower stamps. So let me show you how to use this to create flowers on your painting. Take a large brush, and I'm mixing white with my color first. We're going to do a lighter color to make sure it covers the dark green, and brush the paint on the stamp around that center point like that. And then you just go up to your painting, press down, rock it a little bit, pull up, and there's a flower. You want to load up the stamp each time you do it, and it helps to practice because the more you do it, the more I found out they turned into more of a flower shape. So I'm loading that one up here. Let's do 3 red ones. And then let's take another one of my stamps. Let's do orange. I also mixed white into that as well. And then we're gonna press down. Let's do one up here like that. There we go. Here's a second one. And why don't we do some yellow? I'm also mixing white with that as well. Let's brush it around that center point and then press down and pull up. It's okay if you layer them too. They could overlap technically, but sometimes less is more. I'm gonna stop there. Make sure they're dry. You could leave them bright colors like this, but I wanted to layer some deeper tones because it's a fall painting. And as long as it's dry, you should just be able to stamp right over top. See how the brighter color makes a highlight around the outside edges? You could even do multicolored flowers this way. It's up to you. Not bad for a plastic bag. And I like the centers the way they are, but I don't like how there's green showing through, so I'm just taking a small round brush and adding some dark brown. You could do whatever style of center you want. I'm just filling in the empty space in between. And then when they're dry, you can add a little highlight. I just added a pop of white to each. Okay, I love it like that, but fall floral arrangements usually have other things kind of sticking out of it, so why don't we do a wheatgrass? I just did a little dark brown line with my detail brush, and let's add some seeds here. All I'm doing is, this is a size 0 detail brush, I'm just pressing down and very lightly pulling out and up to a point. See how they're all in a V formation. I'm gonna have another one here. It's up to you how much you really add to this. I'm going to keep it somewhat simple. So let's do a few of those. Why don't we do a few little curly Q things coming out on either side. And then when that dries, I just took some tan and added some highlights to all of them as well. So something like that. You could also add other kinds of leaves. I decided to add a second type of leaf. I'm just taking a small round brush and doing little teardrop leaves all around in with the flowers poking out. You can add as many as you want. I'm going to have them going all the way around in different areas just to make it look a little bit more interesting. I kept this one very simple. Maybe have it poking up there, and then I took some white before it dried and I brushed it down from the tip into the leaf. If you do too much, don't worry, you can go back in and blend it with more green. There we go. See how that pops? I love it. And once you have everything in your floral arrangement, you know what I forgot was a shadow to my pumpkin. I kind of wanted it floating, but decided this would really help ground it. So I took some of the dark brown, mixed with some of the yellow from our background, kind of outlined the bottom of the pumpkin and brushed outwards. Notice that my backward forth strokes are going along with the direction I did my background. And then I'm going to blend it in with some yellow along the edges. It should be the darkest near the bottom of the pumpkin, and then it can kind of fade out into the background around the outside edge of the shadow. Something like this. It would also be helpful to do a shadow ahead of time, but that's okay. This just shows you that you can change your mind later. And that's how you paint a simple pumpkin floral arrangement. I had a lot of fun with this one, especially the flowers. If you try it out or even come up with your own design, I would love to see it. Don't forget to make it your own and have fun. Happy painting, everybody.